I will go, Lord. If you lead me, I will hold your people in my heart.
Thank you. So today, February is the month of love. And we've had a series. It started with Love in Action. And our theme this month, Love in Action. Last week was I Stand for Love. And today it's loving ourselves fully. Now, this perhaps is one of the more challenging ones from our human aspect of ourselves. But it's so important on the spiritual journey. I start with scripture, Mark 12:31. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. The operating idea in this is in order to love your neighbor, you need to love yourself. In fact, I don't believe you can love anyone more than you love yourself. So that's how important loving ourselves fully is a process, a journey to open to God. God is that unconditional love, and in that unconditional love, we open to it each and every moment we love. The compassionate Buddha, in his infinite wisdom, says, hatred does not cease by hatred, but only by love. This is the eternal rule. When something eternal, it is always true. The truth that's always true. And love is the very principle of the universe. And loving ourselves fully is acknowledging that if we fear, we're going to create fear. If we're going to hate, we're going to create hate. If we're going to love, we're going to create love. What do you want to create? More love. I hope so. But isn't it true that in our humanness, we do like to have that adrenaline cooking. We do like to get a little worked up. We feel alive. But we've also created our own monster. Because if that aliveness is based on that which is temporary, in fear, in judgment, in criticism, in shame, in guilt, all of those wonderful things that we all know so well. The only way to step through fear, to step through hate, is love. Now, we're not talking about the love of Valentine's Day yesterday. Chocolates and flowers and cards and stuff. That's a love that's to be celebrated in the humanness by the people that we love. But the love that is always with us, in each and every breath we take, and still with us when we drop the body, is that divine love. It's eternal. Wayne Dyer, a great author and a great man, he was a member of our church in Maui at Unity. He lived on Maui, just a tender, loving soul. And he says, you are not what you do. You are not what you have. You are a spiritual being having a human experience. We're 100% divine and 100% human. Always. And sure, what we do, it gets us out of bed. We get stuff done or not done. But it's not what we are. It's how we occupy ourselves. It's how we get the human being moving. And you're not what you have. Your car, your house, your clothes, the stuff. It's nice to have stuff. It's nice to have luxury and hot water and a toilet that flushes. But we are this divine human, and the divine human is navigating through this world. And that's where our human experience is. And when, as a human, we can choose love over the fears and the judgments that are all based on some fleeting thing. What begins in time ends in time. And all of that stuff we can either be loving with or we can be reactive to. And we do it all the time. Louise Hay, a wonderful presence in the world who brought forth affirmations and healing, she writes, "You have been criticizing yourself for years and it hasn't worked. Try approving of yourself and see what happens." That's wise. Anyone criticize themselves this week? Thank you for your honesty. It's part of the human journey. It's how we bounce off of what we're experiencing. It's human to be criticizing and judging. We have master degree in this brain of ours to judge and criticize. Because don't we know? But the truth is, we don't have to give the car keys to that voice in our head. We can give the car keys to God that always knows how. So, anyone working on loving themselves fully that has a story they want to share? Yes.
I have to remember to love and forgive myself over and over and over. It's not a 1 day, 1 week, 1 month. It's yearly.
That's right.
But it does get better.
It does. It does. Because the practice of forgiveness and accepting, right then we've done it. The next time it comes around, and it will come around again, it's not as jagged, it's not as deep, it's not as sharp. And again and again. And sometimes something that used to just rattle us has lost all the air out of it. It doesn't. Oh, there you are. Hi, old friend. It doesn't bother us anymore. But that's after a lot of forgiveness. How many times?
50 times.
Exactly. Like all the time. Anyone else?
So I have a heart that tends to be in atrial fibrillation, and it gets kind of chaotic, so it can affect my everyday physicality. So I got that. I hadn't had it for 10 years, and it appeared this week. And I said, Margaret, you've done this, this, and this wrong, and why did you do this, and blah, blah, blah. So I had to stop myself. I said, this is just ridiculous. But that's just one example, like you said. It's, it takes deliberate for me to love myself. So thank you.
Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely.
Thank you. And welcome everyone, all the new people. That's nice. Nice thing you did. Uh, about 25 years ago or so, I started taking this medication because they took out my something gallbladder and replaced it with a medication. Imagine that. But it's like an antacid, that works a long time. And I decided a while back that I'm going to stop slowly, of course. And so, but anyhow, I started having this indigestion, occasionally. And one day I was sitting there and I realized that indigestion comes along with whenever I'm not approving of what I'm experiencing. And so I started approving of myself and what I'm experiencing. And the indigestion kind of goes away with it. So I'm going to add some new things to my life, like Frito pies, and see if it really works. But anyhow, that it's a functional thing and it's working. I approve of myself, indigestion goes away. I don't need the pills. Thanks.
Wonderful. Wonderful. I'm not talking about this because it's easy. This loving ourselves fully is one of the greatest work that we'll do. Years ago, 10 years ago, I made I commit to loving myself 100%, period. It was one tough year. Because absolutely anything in me that I didn't love was, love this. Oh, well, love this. Love this. I had a lot of forgiveness work. Again and again, forgive and accept and acknowledge. And I've come to a place where when those ideas, when those thoughts, when those feelings come forward, I say, thank you for sharing. I appreciate you coming forward and speaking. I forgive you, I love you, I accept you. And it melts away. Unconditional, dedicated, committed love to our very being, so that when we look in the mirror, we love who we see, just as we are. Acknowledging that we're 100% human, 100% divine. It's all splayed right there. God, you're looking good today. Or, God, you are a mess today, but I'm glad you're here. Try approving of yourself and seeing what happens. We've certainly tried all other ways. And if you have a tendency to be harsher on yourself than anyone else, write a pink slip and fire yourself from ever saying anything to yourself that you wouldn't freely say to another person. That cuts out a lot of it. I'm with you. It's an ongoing process. Brene Brown, she's been a gift in my life. I love her books. I love her talks and she's just an amazing woman. And she says, we are worthy of love and belonging now, not when we're perfect. If we wait, I'll get there when I'm perfect, we're never going to get there. Or accept that just the way we are perfectly who we are right now, in this moment, we're 100% us. And we're worthy of love. And the closest person to you is yourself. So loving yourself fully is a great journey. Are you ready to love yourself more this week? Good. So let's do this personal exploration. The first is practice self-compassion. Be gentle with yourself in word, in thought, in exercise, in play, in eating. Be compassionate. Like, be tender and compassionate with yourself as you would with your absolute best friend. Replace inner criticism with kindness. Have a kind heart. Oh, hello. Well, that's an interesting thought. Thank you for sharing. I have a new thought. I'm going to love myself the way I am. There's nothing I need to do. We sang it as an opening song today. It's a good affirmation. The third one is set clear boundaries. This is setting clear boundaries for ourselves. I will do this, I won't do this. And then don't cross our personal line. I don't do this anymore. Like those thoughts about myself, I don't do them anymore. I've set a boundary. And I honor that boundary. And if I make a mistake, I forgive myself and let it go. Setting clear boundaries with others. This is acceptable behavior. And for some of us, that might be with our own family, or the people we work with, or the people we're married with. Have you ever realized that you went into a relationship with someone and they didn't end up being all you thought they were going to be? Neither are we. Neither are we. Setting clear boundaries of what works for me, what doesn't work for me. Getting clear. There's nothing wrong with setting a boundary. And prioritizing daily self-care. What will feed you today? What will bring joy to your heart today? What will bring balance to your life today? You know what works for you. For some, it's eating an apple. Some, it's going for a run. Some, it's going dancing or playing rummy cube or whatever. Painting a painting. Writing music. We all have the things that fuel us and light that spark within us. So practice these this week and let's love ourselves more fully than we ever have before. Are you ready to do that? Let's do it. Thank you.